Well, good morning or good afternoon, wherever you're located today. And I want to say thank you for coming to the Fall Summit. This is our first summit, and there'll be the first of many, because this is only the beginning for all of us, because it's time for us to continue thinking about moving forward. And that is our theme today. We have a great lineup of speakers. I'm so excited for who we have. We have David, we have Diane, we have Allison, and there's many others. And Paulo, don't let me forget him, because I'm looking forward to my tax strategies. So today we are targeting 3 pillars: money matters and mind powers. Let me share my screen. We're going to target money matters, mind power, and work-life balance. And I wanted to show you this video because the power of forward thinking is so important to us. Look at this video.
Stop bothering. Yeah. I don't know.
So the whole point of that video shows you if just imagine if we didn't think forward, where we would still be back with the telegraphs and not even having the power of what we have today, our computers, and being able to have this event with the Zoom. So what I want you to do today is grab your notepads and your pens, and I want you to write down your thoughts, your ideas, and your action items, because you will leave here today with action items. Our mission today is to inspire and motivate you to continue in your journey to press forward, taking your business, your professional life, your personal life to the next level. It's so vital and important that we move forward in our perspectives, in our mindset, and in our thoughts. So what does it mean today? Life must be lived forward, but can be only understood if you look backwards. So yes, we will look back, but you also use what is in the past to go forward. So today we have 3 pillars: renewing your perspective, releasing your past, and remembering your purpose. So let's look at the first one: renewing your perspective. There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside of you. You have to believe in who you are. See yourself as amazing because it's your mental outlook and your view that really will propel you forward. It what feeds your mind and helps you build and create your point of view. Your perspective enables you to see before others, see beyond what others see, and see bigger than others see. Your vision is a picture that you paint, which is achievable. It is what energizes and propels you out of bed. The vision requires that you continually establish and set goals for the future because goals are finite. However, your vision is infinite. Thus, the goals that you set must be continually updated and improved to enable you to get to the next level. You live in now, focusing on what needs to be done today. However, you plan and strategize for tomorrow, for the next month, for the next 90 days, and for the next 12 months, because you are achieving your vision and you're focusing on going forward. You focus on the process and the steps that you need to take, not the outcome, because sometimes the outcome can become overwhelming because you're focusing on this so big and humongous. How am I going to get there? Instead, you focus on being consistent and persistent and taking those small steps to show you that you're reaching your target, because progression will show up and it will help you obtain the big picture. Now, you will be fearful, but you must lean into that fear and then instead draw on your courage to move you forward, because then you will silence and overcome your fears, because your battle is inward. The battle begins in our mind, but you must see the permanent change and improvement that you'll conquer that fear, because you'll say, oh, look at what I'm doing. I'm making progress. I'm moving forward. I see my big picture. It's attainable and I know that I can get there. I think about my personal story. I had the fear of publishing my first book. I kept thinking, don't nobody want to hear what I have to write. And my writing is not that good. No one will want to read my books. No one will want to buy my books. And I thought about the monumental task. I had to write each day. I had to review my writing. I had to find me a editor. I had to find a publisher. I had to find someone to do my the cover, all these components. And I was overwhelming because I was focusing on all these big things, but all I really needed to do was focus on the steps. And I focused on those steps and I published my first book. And then I published my second book. And then I published my third book. And I was so amazed at the progress that I made, because it wasn't a fact that I focused on my fear. Instead, I focused on my courage to be courageous and to move forward. And that's what we have to do, is move forward. So let's have a slight activity here. Pen and paper. I want you to take a few moments and I want you to write down what your top 3 values are. We'll take 60 seconds. I forgot to get that little time clock, but I'll make sure we stay on target. Take 60 seconds and write down your top 3 values. Okay, next, from your top 3 values, I want you to write down, what is your vision for you, your business, or your career? Okay, next. What goals have you set for the remainder of 2021? Take another 60 to 90 seconds. Jot down at least 3 goals. If you don't have 3, 1 or 2, at least write down a couple of goals that you have for the remainder of 2021 to get closer to your vision. Next, I want you to list your top 3 fears. You might not have 3 fears, so just list whatever your top 1, 2. If you only have 2, then write down 2. But what is your top fear or fears? Okay, now I want you to keep these notes. And as you go throughout your time today, I want you to go back and revisit these because you might need to make some adjustments. And we'll discuss them at the end of our wrap up where we can do some brainstorming. But I want you to take time today to keep this as a pinpoint for where you're going forward as we go throughout our sessions today with our presenters. Now, our next thing is releasing our past. Just for today, allow yourself to embrace all that you are every moment. Know that you are a vessel of light. Allow yourself to release all doubts about your ability, the mistakes of the past, and the fear of the future. The past provides us with our experiences and lessons. We are all learners and winners. We are all winners. I say there are no failures because you are a winner because you kept on going. You did not allow your failure to hold you down. Instead, you kept moving forward. Our failures are our lessons, and you use those lessons as a way to go forward. Going back is not an option, but you can use your past to go forward. Instead, you take the information that you've learned, you apply it and you adapt it, and you use it to develop and maybe hone in on your vision. You might have to make adjustments and corrections and modifications because from your past, you determine where you're going. And you know that it's going to get bigger and better. There's no point in going forward if you have no intentions or plan to become better. A goal should also be to become better. No one wants to stay the same. Our past too gives you clear direction. It provides you the way forward. Our past provides data and information because you take what you learned and apply it to going forward. Our past identifies required learning and knowledge that we need to develop and obtain because there's no going forward if you don't continue to develop yourself. You have to keep honing your skills, obtaining knowledge, and because you find the areas that you need to be improved upon, because it all helps you become the person that you need to become in your career, in your business, and in your personal life. The past is behind us, and this must be applied for you to grow. It is a stepping stone to going forward. Let me share one of my stories with you. Prior to becoming an author, speaker, and trainer, I had an edible arrangements franchise. I thought, wow, this is the business for me. I love fruit. I'm not so big on chocolate, but I love fruit. And I thought, man, wow, who wouldn't like those floral flower arrangements? Who wouldn't love, fruit like I do? And people do. However, I found that a brick and mortar business was not for me. It taught me three key lessons. The one, like I just said, brick and mortar is not for me. I do not work well working in a confined space or location. I'm free spirit. I like to be out and going. Number two, I love being of service and interacting and connecting. I love speaking to people. And three, business partnerships are key. So from my franchise, I learned my lessons and I used it to go forward. It didn't hold me back. I didn't say, oh, I'm not going to ever become an entrepreneur again. I'm going to give up. I'm going to give up on my vision of who I can become. And then I went back to my grassroots. I thought about my ninth grade gym teacher who really planted the seed in my mind of who I could become. And I thought, that's really my focus, is trying to help others see who they can become and help build people up and show them the way forward. And I said, that is really my vision and that's my purpose. It's time for another activity. So let's reflect on your past. Take a moment. And I want you to think about, what are some incidents or activities that stand out? What did you learn? And what has been your application? We'll take a couple of minutes to do this exercise. You can write down one or two. And what did you learn? And what was your application? 30 more seconds. All right, so take those notes, put those to the side, and as we go throughout our day, we're going to discuss those and revisit those, because that comes part of your story and the way forward. So our last focus today is remembering your purpose. In perspective, we talked about this. Success is knowing your purpose in life, growing to reach your maximum potential, and sowing seeds that benefit others. So in your perspective, we talked about your vision. Your vision is a product of your purpose. And your vision, you identify who you are, where you want to go. And the next step after identifying your purpose and vision is living by priority, focusing on the tasks that must be completed. Living by priority takes precedent. Your life is driven by the purpose that you give it. When you live with purpose, you know where you want to go. You live by priority, knowing what you need to do to get there. Because purpose without priority is powerless. Purpose is what places you on your path. Strive to be in alignment with what you need to do to achieve your purpose. Get rid of tasks that you don't need to be concerned with. Focus on the tasks that give you the highest return. You know, we make these to-do lists up when really we should have a success list. And your success list is your list of your priorities. I go with the power of 5. What 5 things do I need to do every day? And my 5 things is that I read, I write, I connect, I exercise, and I reflect. So my tasks evolve around those 5 key areas. I might not get all 5, don't get me wrong, because you only have so many hours in a day, but it's based on my priorities. What do I feel are the key tasks that fall into those 5 areas that will move me forward to where I need to go? So let's take a moment, and I want you, it's activity time, to think about, I want you to list your priorities. List the top 5 activities or tasks that you need to perform each day, that you are performing each day now. Let's reflect on that. Let's take a couple of minutes. Okay, of those 5 tasks that you identified, I want you to rate on a scale of 1 to 5 the requirement that you do it. So you'll have like a chart, you'll have your tasks on the left-hand side, and on the top, you're going to have requirement, return, and reward. And you're going to rate each task based on a scale of 1 to 5, what's required. Is it a high priority, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? And the return and reward for each task. Any questions on this?
Can you say that again, please?
So of your 5 tasks that you identified, I want you to rate each task on a scale of 1 to 5 based on requirement. It's required that you do it. What's the return that you receive on this task? And what's your reward? So on a scale of 1 to 5, so you're going to have your tasks on the left-hand side, And across the top, you're going to have requirement, return, and reward. And rate each task on a scale of 1 to 5 based on your return on a scale of 1 to 5. Your requirement is going to be is a 5 that you must do it, or someone else could do it. Then if someone else can do it, then you need to rate it down low. If it's the return, if it's going to get you closer to your vision, then it should be high on a 5. If the reward that you're going to see getting you closer to your vision, then it should be a 5. If it's not getting you closer, then it should be probably a 1 or 2. There's really no middle ground. I would say don't, we shouldn't really have a middle ground. It should be the 1 or 2 or 4 or 5. Make sense?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. And then add the total up to the side for each task. Everybody good with this exercise? Because I really can't see you. So are we good to move on? Say
Yes.
yay, nay.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
So now I want you to think about how the tasks are in alignment with your vision and values. Because go back to the values that we listed in the previous activity. And are your tasks in alignment with your values and your vision? Take a minute here and think about, you could put a VV or a V for value and an I for vision next to your task to let it know if it's really moving you in the direction that you should be going. I'll take about 30 seconds here. Think about what you need to protect, what you need to stick to, because this is very vital for you to move forward and what you need to be doing. All right, let me tell you my last story. So kind of a humorous story. So with the pandemic, I was really stuck on, prior to the pandemic, I was a health club nut. I went to the gym every day. And I made it a point that was the focal point, but the pandemic made me have to pivot and I had to think of another way. And I found a better way. So as you see, these are pictures of a trail that I walk on every day. And this is a picture of what it looks like with the last snow that we had that was in Chicago here. Some of you guys are not in Chicago, but we had almost 2 feet of snow. For me, it was like almost up, it was past my knees. It was in some places almost up to my hips. So I go to this trail that's about 4 miles around. And as you can see, it's not plowed, it's not paved. But I go rain, sleet, or snow, and I go with my little baby there, as you see, my little girl, Mercedes. And we go, she's like, oh yeah, mama, we going in the snow today. So we go walking. So the trail on one half of it, you might have some footprints as you see there on one side. But as you see where she is, this is what the trail looks like when there's not anyone that has walked in the path. So this one day I decided I'm going to be brave. I'm not just going to take the less path, where most people have walked and there's a little bit of a trail for me to walk through. I'm going to go all the way around. I said, because I'm going to do this today. So as in life, you have to pave your own way. Like in the snow, I had to pave my own way because there was no one that had went before me. And that's what we have to do with our vision. We have to make adjustments. We have to be willing to take that time, put in that effort, and we have to go forward. And this trail, it's a cross country trail. So it goes up and down this wooded areas. So there's no way, you don't know what you're going to find when you go through. It could be, ice, sleet, snow, whatever. So I went forward. I went around up top on the top side. And mind you, did I tell you that I walk with a weighted vest? So I have a 20-pound vest on too. And I'm walking in this snow and I'm just a trudging along, just a trudge. And she just a leap. Woo, snow, 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 mama. And I'm just huffing and puffing. I'm sweating like like I could just roll. It's just rolling off of me. And I'm like, woo. I turned around and I looked back. And I said, ooh, I think I should go back. I'm not going to go forward. But then I said, nah, going back ain't no option. I got to go forward. So I kept going. I kept going, paving my way. And she just a leap, just having a good time. Like, what's wrong with you? Why can't you go faster? And I'm like, girl, I'm trying to make it through this snow. And you over here having the time of your life. And I kept huffing and puffing. I would stop and I was almost at the end. I still had about maybe a quarter of a mile to go. And I said, I could probably go back and find me an easier way to get up out of this path. But then I said, no, going back is not an option. I have to go forward. And that's what I want you guys to think about. You'll have these obstacles. The snow was up to my hips. I had this vest on, I'm sweating. But I said, I'm going forward. I'm not going back because there's no other way. Because that was my only option. In life, I have to remember that it's forward thinking, not backward thinking. So our time together today, I want you to focus on forward thinking. Think about what we could do to move forward, to continue on focusing on our vision, getting in alignment with our values, setting our tasks, and doing what we need to do to stay on target. So today we have 3 pillars again: money matters, mind powers, and work-life balance. I want you to take the time today to think about what you need to be doing to go forward. So now I'll open this up for any questions or comments before we go to our first breakout session.
Good morning, Mrs. Jackson. Thank you so much. I wasn't even gonna make Happy Network yesterday, and I'm so glad I did to run into this. This is really helping me out. Really, God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you for showing up today.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna support you.
Any questions, comments?
No, this is Tammy Howard. I want to thank you for your inspiration because I'm most definitely learning how to move forward and how to pivot my plan. And regardless, there's always more than one option to succeed until you can get where you're going.
All right. So we have a few moments. If there are no questions, we can go around before we go to our first breakout session. If we want to do brief introductions, just keep it to 30 seconds, please, because we're going to move over to a breakout room. We have our 3 presenters. One is today, one of the presenters is a video. She's not able to make it today in the work-life balance. That's Lonnie Nelson, but we have David and Paulo are both here in attendance. So any questions? So could you go through your 30 seconds and tell us who you are, where you're from, and what's your vision, if you want to share that, or if you just want to tell us what you're doing?
Sure. I'm David Swihart. I'm from Springfield, Illinois, and today I'll be talking about how to claim your thinking. I mean, thinking for the rest of us, and how to really overcome the thinking patterns and beliefs that are in you. I'm going to give you some great strategies in that session. The vision I wrote down as I was thinking about it, Justina, what your prompting was, what I love to do is I love to help people overcome their thinking and beliefs so they can attain the life that they want to live. I mean, that's really my goal in what I do. And so today, my workshop, I'm going to be kind of hitting that and helping you think through that. So
Thank you. Alice?
Hi, I'm Alice. I'm from Minneapolis. I've just pivoted my career and started a new job as a business relationship manager, which basically means I get people to talk to one another and come into alignment. So anyways, I didn't realize being a hostage negotiator could pay so well. So I'm very excited. Anyways, things that I do outside of work, I've started yoga. Like that's one of the things the pandemic brought to me. I kitty sit, which is my grandkitty. She's on my lap right now. So if you see me looking all weird, it's because she's fussing at me. And I'm an empty nester. I have 2 kids who are up and off on their own. So I'm kind of discovering life all over again, single, which is awesome.
Hey, Lorenzo?
Right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Lorenzo Reed from the South Side of Chicago. And I am the owner of Negative to Positivity. Much like Alice, I had to pivot too. When COVID hit, I was a manager for American Airlines fueling unit for O'Hare and Philadelphia. COVID hit, I lost my job, aircraft industry started going down. I learned how to code. But with me starting to go into so many businesses and different peoples, and being from the South Side of Chicago, I also started a platform that helps with mental health, everything that you guys are going to talk about today. So I really appreciate being here.
All right. Tammy?
Good morning. My name is Tammy Howard. I live in Washington State, but originally from Chicago, Illinois. I am in the process of opening and operating a 24-hour childcare and youth center. And what I have learned is to continue to be positive and focus on my goal and to write a list. And as I accomplish them, check it off or come back and revisit my plan. And what COVID taught me how to do this year is to take care of my whole self, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Because if we don't do self-care, we cannot take care of other people. So I thank you for that.
Thank you. BJ?
I am Bernetta Joyner, affectionately known as BJ. I live in Frankfort, Illinois. I am a travel agent. And so, of course, with COVID, travel went down. So it was in the dumps. But now that people are vaccinated, back traveling, I'm like busy as ever. I used to be under a host agency, so I have broken out into my own company for 2 years. And it's called Dare to Dream Travel Peak. Thank you.
Thank you. Velveeta?
Happy Saturday, everyone. My name is Velveeta. Yes, it's pronounced like the cheese, last name Young. And I am a network marketer, which gives me the ability to host Breakfast for CEOs, which is a monthly networking event for business owners based on personal development. I'm also a SCORE volunteer and fortunate to have my first book being published this year. I am excited to be here. Looking forward to connecting with each of you.
All right. MJ?
Good morning. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It's great to be with all of you. My name is Matthew John Rodriguez. I've got a speaking, coaching, training company, and I work with youth and parents.
Okay. Lakeisha?
Hello, everybody. I am Lakeisha, and I am the CEO of the Better Sister and Brother Growth Network. We are a nonprofit organization in the Harvey, Illinois community, in the Indiana Northwest location, Texas, and Atlanta. And COVID didn't do anything to my organization. What happened was it made it more. We have partnerships with the Greater Food Depository, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Jewel Osco, where we do a mobile food box delivery service to the elderly and single families throughout the state of Illinois and Indiana. And I own 2 daycares, and if you can see, I'm a grant writer as well.
Outstanding. Diane?
Greetings, everyone. My name is Diane Thomas. I'm in Chicago, Illinois. I love Black people, and through my business, Ankasha Enterprises, I help them exercise self-determination in two ways: through teaching them how to have thriving nonprofit organizations, and through coaching them to high-performance lives. I am a nonprofit fundraising trainer, coach, and consultant. I work with new, small, and growing nonprofits, helping them start their fundraising campaigns. And I also work with highly motivated, highly inspired individuals who want more in life, from learning 6 specific techniques and habits, which I'll be talking about later.
Allison.
Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? It's morning where I am. I'm in California, so y'all about to hit lunchtime. I'm barely eating breakfast, but that's okay.
Yes.
So I am so excited because Hasina, you have put your big toe on this one, girl. This is good. This is awesome. You have I see all these great guests. All these people have visions and goals. So anyway, so I am with Primerica Financial Services, and what we do is educate people on finance and their money. A lot of times in our community, we don't know about money, how to spend it, be a slave to it, but we don't know how to properly invest. So that's what I'm gonna talk about during my workshop. So I'm looking forward to seeing everyone there.
Okay, Paulo.
Hi, everyone. My name is Luntadila Paulo, but most people call me Paulo. In case you're wondering what my first name means, Luntadila means look at me as if you're expecting to receive something. And I hope today you're expecting to receive some good tax planning strategy to help you reduce or possibly cut your tax bill to 0. That's what I do with my business, Yeto Accounting and Tax LLC. I help small businesses here in Chicago with their accounting problems. Probably somebody here in this call is going through one of these tax problems. I have even tax preparers who come to me seeking for advice when they have an issue that they just can't address. So I'm really excited to be here to share some of this information with all of us. And I hope to connect and network and learn more about each one of you as well.
Georgina.
Hello, everybody. I'm Georgina. I am here in Chicago as well. I just want to say thank you, Hasina, for giving me the opportunity to assist you with your breakout rooms and everything. So.
Well, I'm glad you're here and you get some nuggets. Yeah. Jasmine, did she drop off? Jasmine was here. Okay. I lost my Jasmine. She'll be back. She's another room moderator. Oh, she's here. Somebody dropped off. It wasn't Jasmine. Somebody else dropped off the screen, I think. Jasmine. Oh, my screen moved.
My name's Jasmine. I'm in South suburbs of Chicago. And I'm just here to learn.
All right. All right. So everyone should have the program and overview. We're going to go to our first session. You pick which one you want to attend. I know there's all 3. I'm looking saying, okay, I'm gonna just try to jump in and out as I can, but you have the option of going to whichever breakout room you want to. We have Paulo up next. He's going to be talking about the 10 uncommon tax strategies. We have David talking about thinking for the rest of us. And then we have Lonnie who was papers out. I'm looking forward to the nuggets that we will all get today. And I'm looking forward to coming back together to talk. So I thank you. So Frankie, you can open the breakout rooms and we'll come back here shortly.